What's up, everybody? Welcome to Diamond Owl Studios, the #1 place for reactions. I'm your host, Paper Chase.
And it's the one and only Diamond on One. We are back with another reaction just for you.
That's right. We are back, baby. And tell them what we're getting into, Don.
So today we're going to be listening to Carrie, Underwood, Just a Dream. Neither one of us have ever heard this song. I'm not, big on country music in general, especially like, female artists. No shade. Just not my cup of tea generally. However, that's all been changing. I've opened my mind. I've opened my eyes. I've opened up my heart.
That's what this channel's all about, man.
Exactly. So we're gonna give it a listen.
Yeah, we're gonna give it an old
college try, as they say.
That's what I was gonna say.
What the hell does that mean?
But we've listened to a couple Carrie Underwood songs. They were both absolutely great. We're really expanding our horizons on this page, and it's awesome because
I feel like both of the songs we listened to were like super fun. I mean, they were like,
Jesus Take the Wheel was definitely like a little deep and emotional. And
yeah, but it was like
heavy.
Good songwriting. I feel like it,
Yeah, Before He Cheats was awesome. And let's see what this one. We have no idea what to expect. Completely blind reaction. So without further ado, Carrie Underwood, Just a Dream.
You're still thinking about tomorrow. It's against the rules.
What rules?
Well, I decided that tonight we would just be together, not think about that stuff. It's just you and me. That's all that matters.
It was 2 weeks after the day she turned 18, all dressed in white, going to the church that night. She had his box of letters in the passenger seat, 6pence in a shoe, something borrowed, something blue. And when the church doors open up wide, she put her veil down, trying to hide the tears. Oh, she just couldn't believe it. She heard the trumpets from the military band and the flowers that out of her hands. Baby, would you leave me? Why'd you have to go? I was counting on forever. Now I'll never know. I can't even breathe. It's like I'm looking from a distance, standing in the background. Everybody's saying he's not coming home now. This can't be happening to me. This is just a dream.
Guess I'm just nervous about tomorrow.
Tomorrow's just another day.
The preacher man said, let us bow our heads and pray. Lord, please lift his soul and heal this hurt. Then the congregation all stood up and sang the saddest song that she ever heard. And then they handed her a folded up flag, and she held on to all she had left of him. Oh, and what could have been? And then the guns rang one last shot, and it felt like a bullet in her heart. Baby, would you leave me? Why'd you have to go? I was counting on forever. Now I'll never know. I can't even breathe. It's like I'm looking from a distance, standing in the background. Everybody's saying he's not coming home now. This can't be happening to me. This is just a dream.
Heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy, man. Yeah, this song, I didn't expect that this was the direction the song was going to go.
No, I thought it was going to be a happy song about them getting married young and loving each other.
No, it just shows the
More like a
multitude of
nightmare.
her artistry and how she can really dive into these deep subjects. But man, it's this is the sad reality of a situation many people have gone through, and
Yeah. Yeah, I think they call them gold star wives or something. Is that what it's called? There's a term for it. Could be wrong, but yeah, that's why I like to listen to podcasts like Sean Ryan. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He does a podcast with a lot of veterans, and it just really, they share their personal stories. I'm not somebody who is like super, my family wasn't in the military. My dad was actually very like anti-USA. I grew up with that, but like I like to see other perspectives. And, I grew up in a military town, and, listening to like his podcast in particular really just like made me realize the sacrifices that people go through, and like hearing the stories of people, sharing their good friends that, sacrifice everything. And, they have kids that, are going to grow up without them, and, wives. And, the beautiful thing about it is to see like how some of the veterans who have, gone through that experience have taken that on and like look at it as like, hey, like I have to live my life in a way that honors, my teammates and my brothers and my friends that passed because they didn't get that opportunity. And so I have to, use my life as a, the testament to them to a degree. So yeah, this is kind of what this song, is directly talking about, is those type of sacrifices that people have made.
Yeah. Yeah. It's super heavy subject matter, and you can just see the emotion that she has in this song. Oh, man.
I wonder if she has like military family or, that type of background, like brothers or, father or something that was in the military.
Oh, baby, why do you leave me? Why do you have to go? I was counting on forever. Now I'll never know. Oh, I'll never know. It's like I'm looking from a distance, standing in the background. Everybody's saying he's not coming home now. This can't be happening to me. This is just a dream. Oh, this is just a dream.
Have a whole life planned for us. It's perfect.
Promise.
Just a dream.
Oh man. Yeah, I have one of those flags folded up that I've always had. I have it, put away, but it's from my grandpa passed away. I got one of those flags. So, but yeah, man, I mean, shout out to anybody who served or anybody who has a loved one serving, it's tough, man. And that fear of not knowing, if they're coming back. Or...
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw a post yesterday. It just like broke my heart because for those that don't know, like our studio here, I originally got started with my friend Black Pegasus years ago, and we got started because one of our good friends basically said, hey, we've got a free room that you can use as like a podcasting space. And so we were there for years. Then we had a space to open up, and one of, my friends, that had the, office with them, I just saw that like he lost his like wife and his son like recently. And it just is like so heartbreaking because, he put a message on Facebook just saying like, hey, hug your loved ones because you never know. And I just, my initial thought was like, I can't imagine, like how do you even go on?
Yeah.
It's one thing if you have like your kids and it's like, okay, I've got to be strong for them. But to like lose your wife and child is like, the most horrendous thing that I can imagine, and I feel fortunate that I've been lucky in life and that, I have both my parents, it's one of those things that I know that personally, like I can take it for granted, but I do try to take those moments and, call up my friends, call up my mom, call up my dad and just say, hey, I love you. Like, You know, you mean a lot to me. I had a friend recently that called me and did that. And, you know, I think that's so important in life because there's so much that can be taken for granted. These everyday moments. So on that note, I love you, buddy.
Love you too, buddy. Yeah, man. I mean, I know what you're saying, man. Yeah. And I think as the older you get to, you kind of realize like how fragile life is
Mm-hmm.
and how like relationships can slip away so easy. And yeah, it's important. You know, I always preach, call your mom, you know, tell your mom you love her, you know, and yeah, man, it's rough. And I couldn't even imagine, you know, being in the position of one of these wives who like their husbands are on the other side of the world fighting battles, protecting freedoms, and you have no idea when you're going to talk to them next, and when they're, you know, when you're going to, if it's the last time you're talking to them.
And even though they made the ultimate sacrifice in some ways, like it's almost harder to be the person that's left behind that has to go on, you know, and deal with everything.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like, not that they got the easy way out. That's not what I'm trying to say or anything, but, you know, obviously it's like there's, you know, families that are left behind, you know, when the loved one makes that ultimate sacrifice that still have to go through life with that loss and, you know, the financial burden and the uncertainty and all those things that come with that. Absolutely. But yeah, make sure you take time to tell the people in your life that you love them. I think about it when like I'll get in a fight with like my son or something, or even, you know, my ex, like I might argue with her and I'm like, I don't want this to be like, I hate to think that way. It's not like doom and gloom, but it's like, I don't want to go through life like being angry with people or leaving things unsaid or, you know, apologizing when I need to, because you don't know. And I would hate to have anybody in my life, you know, that I care about where there's any possibility that, you know, the door was open and it was like left with anger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That because, you know, it is, life is short. You never know what's going to happen. And I think it's just a good habit to get in the, you know, habit and develop the practice of, you know, telling people that you love them and, you know, fixing the fuck ups, you know, when I do something shitty or when I'm angry or say something to somebody, it's like, hey, I need to call and apologize because, you know, heaven forbid, you know, something happened. I don't want to be those to be the last words that, you know, came out of my mouth as something I said in anger or because I was frustrated or whatever it be, or because, you know, I wasn't in a space to communicate properly.
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. And if you want to join us on this journey of discovering new music, hit that subscribe button. Don't wait till later. Subscribe right now.
Yeah, and you can help us on this journey by giving us some recommendations of what we should react to next, maybe from Carrie Underwood, maybe another country artist. Beautiful song. Maybe recommend something that's a little less sad because I'm kind of sad now.
Yeah.
So, you know, something that'll lift our spirits. But anyways, we appreciate you joining us and we will see you on the next one.
Peace.